Welcome to the Seattle Bird Podcast. I'm your host, Leo. This episode, our bird spotlight is on the common grackle. As astute listeners will know, common grackles are not commonly found in Seattle, appearing only occasionally as vagrants. The last common grackle reported in Seattle on eBird was in 2021. If you see a grackle-looking bird here, it's more likely a brewer's blackbird or a European starling. My editor Brian and I recently took a trip to Washington, D.C., where we saw many common grackles. We decided to feature this bird due to its amazing calls and fashionable looks. No, that was its real call. It's often described as similar to a rusty gate. Grackles are robin-sized. Adults look black from afar, but are actually iridescent, similar to European starlings. Adults have yellow eyes. Juveniles are brown with dark eyes. Their iridescence varies regionally, with a bronzed subspecies in the northeast U.S., a Florida subspecies in the southeast U.S., and a purple subspecies in between. Check the show notes for more help differentiating these species. Let's hear more of that amazing grackle voice. Common grackles are omnivores. They eat mostly seeds, particularly agricultural grains such as corn and rice, but also sunflower seeds, acorns, and fruits. They also eat garbage. In summer, 1/4 or more of a grackle's diet may be animals. In fact, grackles are the #1 threat to corn. Perhaps this is why a group of grackles is referred to, unfortunately, as a plague. Grackles have adapted to human environments, though their population has declined and they are now classified as near threatened. According to All About Birds, quote, "You might see a common grackle hunched over on the ground, wings spread, letting ants crawl over its body and feathers. This is called anting, and grackles are frequent practitioners among the many bird species that do it. The ants secrete formic acid, the chemical in their stings, and this may rid the bird of parasites. In addition to ants, grackles have been seen using walnut juice, lemons and limes, marigold blossoms, choke cherries, and mothballs in a similar fashion." End quote. During the wintertime, grackles make large roosts with multiple species of blackbird that can include millions of birds. Some scientists believe grackles to have magnetite in their brain, making them attuned to the Earth's magnetic field. Common grackles belong to the genus Quisculus. The name Quiscula was given to them by Carl Linnaeus. Both words may come from the Taino word for the island of Hispaniola. There are 2 other grackle species in North America, great-tailed grackles and boat-tailed grackles. Both have bigger tails than the common grackle. Grackles are icterids, making them closely related to the red-winged blackbird. Listen to our episode on them. One more note from Seattle Bird Podcast headquarters. We've been fortunate enough to have a dark-eyed junco nest right next to our HQ, where we can watch the parents bring food to their newborns. The bird calls were recorded by Arthur A. Allen, Randolph Little, Nicholas Sly, Robert C. Stein, and Eugene Morton, and were available courtesy of the Macaulay Library at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. Research is by me with a little help from Brian. Our sources for this episode are All About Birds and Wikipedia. The audio editing is by me. The theme song is by Felix. I'm your host, Leo. Until next time.